I have a lot of respect for my son because he has great character and he's a man of integrity and he's very loyal.
It's the Frank and Wanda Morning Show on the People's Station V103 with an exclusive interview. We are talking with Miss Lucille Flannery. She is the mother of Big Meech from BMF. Let's go into something that a lot of people have been talking about, and that is the Rick Ross song, BMF.
Okay.
How did it make you feel? Were you mad when you first heard it? Were you happy? Were you undecided? I myself wondered. When I heard the song, I said, I wonder how Meech feels about that. But how did you feel about it as his mom?
I had no problem with the song. I looked at it as that this is an artist that is doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I had no problem with the song. And I felt like that was another way of acknowledging me and keeping his name out there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not making him one of the forgotten souls. Right. And as far as Meech is concerned, Meech loves the song. One of our friends in the Imperial played the song for Meech over the phone. Okay. And Meech, he listened to the song and he loved it. He really appreciated the song. And he was saying that the guys in there, he told his manager, the guys in the prison was just ranting and raving about the song. They loved it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the phone with Miss Lucille Flannery. This is Big Meech's mom. This is the first public interview that we're doing. You wanted to come on and say your side, which you've been doing very well. Another controversy that has emerged is about Juice, Miss Clay. And we know Juice pretty well. She had done an interview on World Star, and there was word that she may be putting out her own book. And for a long time, she worked with Meech with the magazine and whatnot. What is your thoughts about Juice possibly putting out a book?
If I spoke to Juice personally, I told her, I have no problem with her putting out a book, as long as Juice does Juice. You know what I'm saying? Juice was in the magazine business with my son, but when it came to BMF Entertainment, my son and Juice were not partners. He does not represent BMF Entertainment. Meech has a manager and publicist. Her name is Tammy L. Cowan. Mm-hmm. She is handling Meech's business affairs.
It's a lot of people now because there's word, there's a Hollywood movie possibly being done, and there is a brand, that BMF brand, that possibly people could be taking advantage of. But so it's good to know that there is now a management company that is taking over managing that brand. And there's a contact, and we will have that contact here at B103. The other question I had is, there was a book written about the whole BMF story that was written by a woman here in Atlanta that wrote for Creative Loafing. Did you hear about that book? I
not only heard about it, I read it.
And what was your thoughts about that?
I spoke with my son concerning
Myra's book, right.
When I read it, I enjoyed it. I also spoke with Myra concerning the book, and I told her how much I liked it, and also I sent it to my son, and I sent it to my other BMF family, my other sons that are away in prison. I mailed them copies also of the book. And Meech, he, definitely, agreed with her writing the book because she interviewed my son when he was in St. Clair, Michigan. She did an interview, and the book, supposed to be accurate as far as public documents, government documents and so forth and so on. And the part that she did interviewing Meech while he was in St. Clair. Mm-hmm. I read the book and I enjoyed the book.
I have one more question for you, if you can, Miss
mm-hmm.
Lucille.
Mm-hmm.
There are plenty of parents right now who are not only in your position, but there's some parents that are fearing to be in your position, that they feel like, I've lost my son to the streets and I don't know what to do. We get those calls all the time. But as a mother who's gone through it from one end to the other, what advice would you give to parents that are out there?
I'm glad you asked that question because I had set up a blog on bloggers.com, in dedication to my two sons, to not just Big Meech, but to my son Terry also. And I set up that blog only to be able to put my thoughts out there, but also to hear from other parents and other people that, have incarcerated loved ones, because it is quite an ordeal to go through, but I wanted to encourage them and let them know that through it all, through all the storms, and through all the pain and the heartache and that you go through, that you can make it. You just have to stay strong and you have to stay prayerful. And that's what I encourage Demetrius and my son Terry to do. But it's quite a hardship on families. But when you've been through what I have been through and have lost my children's father to the system, he was incarcerated. He's out right now. He was incarcerated. My son-in-law was incarcerated, and my two sons, as well as my adopted sons that are, in the BMF family. So it caused a lot of heartache, hardship, and pain, but you can get through it. I want to encourage the other mothers and the other families and sons and daughters, whoever, that you can get through it.
Miss Lucille, you've done a great job.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you so much. On behalf of everybody here at V103, give our best to Meech when you talk to him again.
I sure will.
And tell him I'll be talking to him soon as well.
I sure will. And thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate it so much.
And you're very welcome. Thank you. For anybody that needs information, if you're trying to do business with the BMF brand, you can log on to our website at v103webmag.com. We will have Miss Tammy Cowan's information there. Got to thank also Landlord. Thank you for setting up the interview, and thank you again, Miss Lucille.
Thank you very much.